Today I drove down to my dad's antique shop in Northfield, Ohio, called the Yankee Trader, to talk to him about the importance of knowing our history and why it's important to preserve it for generations to come via these really cool antiques and relics.
Well, it's a very important thing to remember as far as the sacrifices of Americans in the past and what they've done to keep our country free. So, from a little child, I was exposed to this. My father and uncle, both veterans and proud, and have collected this their entire lives, as well as the history from my grandmothers, explaining the family history all the way back to the Mayflower, fighting in the Revolution, War of 1812, Civil War, all the way up to the present. Well, the people are mostly all gone, the heroes, and this is the only thing we have left to keep their memory and what they've sacrificed and what they've done to make us free.
Our old friend and known collector Ralph Petrelli was kind enough to let me stop by and take a look to talk about a really cool World War II United States bomber jacket and the story behind it.
This particular jacket here is what they call an A2 jacket, which is a leather jacket that they wore, and it was a very highly prized item to have. They really enjoyed them. Matter of fact, they enjoyed them so much that they would actually paint the back of the jacket. And this particular jacket says Doc's Flying Circus. Now, Doc, who was actually Captain Burton Doc Spring, was a captain in the United States Air Corps. If you look, you could see it's a little faded, which it should be. It's 80 years old. There is an 8, which stands for the 8th Air Force. And also, there are some wings, and it says Doc's Flying Circus. And if you notice here, you'll see bombs, okay? He flew 31 missions, so there's 31 bombs on the back of this jacket. But they would wear that and get all dressed up because the English girls loved the American aviators, the pilots. Matter of fact, the British uh, aviators and the American aviators were getting fights quite often in the bars because they didn't like that the American boys were getting the girls. So it's kind of funny, but these guys they were kids, and they're flying in these planes, and they're getting shot at, and they don't know if they're ever going to come back again.
Okay, so there's a very important phrase: remember the past so we don't repeat it. And if we keep that knowledge of what has gone on in the past, the horrible things, maybe we can change it and not repeat it.